Japan is one of the first options that comes to mind when considering immigration. It's worth the reputation, a strong economy that is developing with huge advances in technology, AI, and robots, the highest standards of living, stability, and great nature and attractions to explore. Japan lacks nurses and they have programs and plans to welcome nurses from abroad. Watch this video till the end to learn how to immigrate to Japan as a nurse. Hey everyone, I'm Behnan from the Visa Library. This channel gives visa information and the latest news and updates. First things first, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell and download the free cheat sheet my team has prepared from the link in the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Now, let's begin. First, let me ask you this question. What are the requirements to immigrate to Japan as a nurse? You need these items. The first one is Japanese language proficiency. You must be fluent in Japanese to become a nurse there. If you want to apply for recognition or to a Japanese university, you need a language proficiency certificate. The second requirement is a nursing degree. You must get it from a Japanese nursing school or an approved school or university in a foreign country. It depends on your conditions which one to choose, but having a degree is a must. The third requirement is to pass the exams. There are 2 exams in the process that you must pass. I'll cover them in a few minutes. Now, what is the process you must follow? Stay a bit longer to find out. The first step you must pass is to get a nursing degree from a verified university or college. It could be in your home country or a foreign one, but the center must be verified by the authorities of that country. If you need another degree or certificate in your home country, you should get it and become a verified nurse there. In the meantime, you'd better gather as many documents and certificates as possible. You must prove you're a qualified nurse, so the more documents you have, the better. One of the essential requirements to become a nurse in Japan is to be fluent in Japanese. You'd better begin early as it could take time to learn Japanese. The structure and system differ from languages you might know, so you might have to spend a lot of time mastering it. JPLT or Japanese Proficiency Language Test is the certificate you need. It is divided from N1 to N5, but N5 level is the easiest and N1 is the hardest and last one you should get. You will need an N1 level to become a nurse in Japan. When you have studied in a foreign country and got your degree abroad, you need approval from the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare to become a nurse in Japan. They are the responsible authority that decides whether you can become a nurse in Japan. You will have to send the ministry some of your documents and they will evaluate them. This is a sample list of documents that you must send them. Number 1, your CV. Number 2, a clean record certificate. Number 3, work experience documents. Number 4, graduate certificates. Number 5, academic transcripts. Number 6, a copy of your passport and other items. You'd better visit the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare website to know the exact list of supporting documents. Apply to them and wait for the results. It's different for each applicant. If you're not eligible, you may not continue the process, but if you're qualified, you may continue the procedure and become a nurse there. The Ministry of Health will issue a certificate of eligibility. After getting approval from the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare that your certificate is qualified, you must pass the preliminary examination. If you have studied in Japan, you can take it after your graduation. But if you have studied abroad, you must get approval from the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, then pass the exam. The preliminary examination is in Japanese, so you must master the language and become fluent. The exam is held from June to November in Japan, so you must visit the country to take it. You must send the required documents to the officials to register for the exam. You can find more information about them on the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare page related to the exam. After you take the preliminary examination and pass it, you must take a training course in Japan. It is to find more information, practice your knowledge, and become more familiar with how nurses work in Japan. The duration is 1 year, but you might have to pass a longer training program. The Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare will guide you. After passing the training course, you must pass the national examination for medical practitioners. This one is held around February in Japan. You must practice and study to pass the exam during your training or internship. internship. You will get your license after you pass the national examination for medical practitioners. Now you can work as a nurse in Japan. But every foreigner who wants to work in Japan needs a work permit and a work visa. You cannot apply for a work permit or the eligibility certificate as a nurse. Only Japanese employers can apply for it, so you must find an employer who needs your skill. There are various ways to find a job in Japan. The first one is to look for a position through the websites that advertise job positions in the country. You can find a list of them in the Visa Library article. The link is in the description. You need to prepare a resume and apply for nursing positions. The second way to find a job in Japan as a nurse is to get help from employment agencies or recruiters. These are the companies that match employers and employees. In this case, they connect nurses to clinics or hospitals. Again, you can find a list of them in the Visa Library article. After finding a job, you must sign a contract with the employer. He or she applies to the Japanese immigration officials. After they agree to the employment, they issue the Certificate of Eligibility, COE. It is permission to work as a foreign person in Japan. You can find more information about Japan work visa and the procedure you have to follow from the Visa Library article, or watch the prepared video on our YouTube channel. Don't go anywhere. I'm about to tell you another way to immigrate to Japan as a nurse. It's to study for a nursing degree there. The first step is to find a nursing school, college or university in Japan. You must find one that offers a degree to international students. You can find a list of these universities in the Visa Library article. Visit the university's website and determine the requirements. You should find out if you can fulfill them or not. One of the essential requirements is the Japanese language proficiency requirement, determining the skill you need and determining whether you can fulfill it or not. You should determine the tuition and whether you can afford it or not as well. If not, can you find funds or scholarships? Remember that you might have to pay the tuition or part of it to the university if they require it. If not, you must prove your financial capability to the Japanese embassy and officials. The nursing school or university requirements can be like this: latest educational degree, at least a high school diploma is required, Japanese language proficiency certificate, English language fluency certificate, recommendations from teachers or professors, the result of the EGU exam, and other items. The other point you need to consider and determine is the duration of the course. There are three types of course duration. 1. A 4-year university degree. 2. A 3-year junior college degree. 3. A 3-year nursing diploma. Let me tell you about the EGU exam. You must pass the EGU, or examination for Japanese university admission. Most nursing schools require the result of the EGU test. The test evaluates whether students have the language skills and other basic requirements to study the course in Japan. You must pass it to get admission to the Japanese university. Apply to the Japanese school and wait for the result. After they evaluate your application and agree to grant admission, they grant you an admission letter and Certificate of Eligibility, COE. You need them to apply for a Japan student visa. At this stage, you must gather the visa supporting documents and apply to the Japanese embassy or consulate in your home country. You can learn more about the Japan student visa from the Visa Library article, or watch the video we have prepared on our YouTube channel. After you get the visa, you can move to Japan and begin your studies. You must finish your degree and pass the national examination for medical practitioners. Then you must find a job and apply for a work permit. You must be wondering, how long does it take for you to become a nurse in Japan? The answer is up to the way you pick to become a nurse in Japan. If you want to study a nursing course in Japan, you look at the duration of your course: a 4-year university degree, a 3-year junior college degree, or a 3-year nursing diploma. You must spend the required time to pass the courses and get your degree. Then you must pass the nursing exam held once a year. If you cannot pass it this year, you have to wait another year to pass it. After that, you must find a job and apply for a work permit. It depends on your condition and how long it takes to find a job, but the work permit and work visa application processing time is about 1 to 3 months. The other point you must consider is that time you learn Japanese. It takes time to study and learn to reach the level you need. If you get your degree abroad and want to become a nurse in Japan, you must pass recognition and the national exam held once a year. If you cannot pass it this year, you must wait a year. Then you have to find a job and apply for a work permit. This could take 1 to 2 or 3 years. Alright then, this is all you should know to immigrate to Japan as a nurse. If you have questions, write them down in the comment section. The Visa Library team will answer them. Before you leave, make sure to like this video, hit the bell, and don't forget to get the free PDF file from the link in the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Stay tuned for more videos and updates. Thank you all for watching.